5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Right, when you go into a date and you go, hey, this is all I got, man. All right? If you don't like it, tell me now.
Pull some tricks
We'll
out
do
of the
some
bag.
shooters and we'll leave.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts.
It ain't
14.
fair.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care
I
how
pay
you
more
spin the
taxes as a
numbers, it
business
ain't
owner.
fair.
That's an idiotic
Well, I don't think so. I
comment.
thought it was very
That's-
creative and very nice.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
All right, let me pop a Xanax
Okay.
first.
All right. Welcome to the Fix Radio Show. The wait is over. Hey, welcome to the Fix Radio Show, everybody. Real talk, real people, real problems, real issues. I want to thank my co-host, Amber.
Good morning.
The always lovely and vivacious and pain in my ass.
I know, you had to pull that from deep down, didn't you?
I'm telling you.
It was painful this morning.
Good Lord Almighty, Mary, St. James, John, Matthew, Luke, Paul. If anybody knew what I had to do to deal with you sometimes,
gosh, you're being
I love you.
slightly
I love you.
I
But
love you
good
too.
God,
I love
you
you.
are like a bad habit. You can't get rid of it. It's
like-
just horrible. I can't
Like
deal
your
with you.
hemorrhoid
You're
that you
impossible.
can't get
You're
rid
like an
of.
ex-girlfriend I'm still in love with or something, but I can't stand you.
can't stand me.
It's
I'm
terrible.
annoying.
And you drive a man crazy.
I can share my Xanax.
Oh no! Oh, I don't
In
have.
fact, let's just dole them out.
I may have to take you up on that one.
It is not
It's
that
brutal.
bad. I
Any
swear,
man, any man
YouTube,
can
it's
out
not
can
that
any
bad.
man out there can relate to that. Chronic late, chronic no contact, chronic do. She's just out there, and I just come on, help me.
Yeah.
I'm busy right now. It's like, oh my gosh,
At least I responded that I'm getting in the shower and taking a nap.
I-
So you knew that.
I am so
Okay.
blessed. I'm so glad you finally came around to tell me you were taking a nap. Don't bother me. you
Yeah,
know?
I will call.
That's a
'cause
guy
I would be
move.
because I would be
guy
in
move.
trouble if I didn't text you. So I was like, all right, I'm texting you. I'm taking a shower and taking a nap. In that
Oh, my
order.
gosh. I know.
Listen,
And then it was
usually
then
you
it was
complain
like
about me not
then it
showering
was like
enough.
freaking where's
you know?
Waldo? You're gone, man.
It was a very long nap.
You ain't lying. A big shout out to our production staff. Tripod Bill.
What up, y'all?
He is the mastermind
Morning.
behind all the cameras, the videos, live stream, Facebook, you name it. He does it all. YouTube, networking. He's going to be working on the Instagram soon and getting everything going. So if you're interested in talking to Tripod, shoot him an email at fixradioshow@gmail.com. Callers, you're free to call us once we start talking. Anytime the phone lines will be open to talk about what's bothering you. If you like the politics, what's happening in this world, or if you don't, you can give us a call, 239-791-7002. They'll put you on hold, but don't go away. 239-791-7002. Or if you want to be heard, but you don't want to be heard, then shoot us an email at fixradioshow@gmail.com, fixradioshow@gmail.com. Also, I want to invite you all to just check out and subscribe. You have to subscribe to the YouTube and Facebook, and soon we'll have a web page, and we'll be able to put you'll be able to find a little bit easier, a little bit sooner. You'll be able to click on it. It won't be so complicated, and it'll be a good time. I tell you, how was your week? I know I would rather be here than up in the mountains in Pakistan. I tell you, the president, I got liberal friends, and it's amazing how when the president does something so miraculous and so cunning and so slick to drop a bomb while the Chinese president is here.
Eating chocolate cake.
Eating chocolate cake
Delicious
and going,
chocolate
hey, by the
cake.
way, by the way, we did drop that bomb over there, and just keep.
I thought that
eating.
was
Classic.
awesome.
That was classic.
Awesome.
It was classic.
You would not have it any other way with Trump, man.
That, he's just so like, hey, you want game? You got game.
Let's
That's
do it.
how it is. and what he really did, that sent a great message to everybody around the world that, hey, we're back. We're back in business. We're not horse playing around. We're not goofing around anymore. And when he looked at the Chinese, they want something, and we know what they want.
Right.
They want their slack. They want their gimme from all the trade.
Right.
That's the handoff.
Right.
And that's why he said, if you help us out, we'll be more congenial with you guys, and we'll work with you.
And they did. Within a few days, 150,000 troops.
On the border.
On the border, man. It was like, what, 48 hours, 72 hours, something?
On the border, and
Like-
not our border.
No, yeah. We don't want that.
Not even on the Canadian border.
That might
No, we
be
want them
good.
on the Mexican border. Oh, stop it.
Watch
Stop
out now.
it.
Speaking of which, we've got to talk about that later, about the Mexican border.
About the wall. Anyhow,
Yeah, remind me.
They do have 150,000 troops
Yep.
on their border against North Korea because they're worried that everybody's going to flood. And who wouldn't want to
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Right.
Right now, I'd be parked right at the border with my tent if I was a North Korean.
And
I'd be
did you hear that Kim Jong-il, they have 200,000...
Jong Un.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Un is
He's going to be
father.
ill in a
Ugh.
couple days, probably.
Kim Jong-un's said that they have I guess some prison camps of all the ones that are trying to sneak across the border like you're talking
Right,
about.
right.
200,000, and he I guess it was on public television there. He said that those would be the first murdered. So if the U.S. does anything, we will go in and we will declare like genocide on the entire prison camp. And they're not really prisoners. They didn't do anything wrong other than they want to escape out of the damn place.
It's amazing how a guy can be that crazy, and we do something so miraculous, and then the whole tide turns. All of a sudden, you get these people that were, iffy with Trump. All of a sudden, they love him. Some. The liberals, the left, they won't like no matter what he does.
Well, your friends, what are they saying? I mean, are they privately saying, "All right, yeah, that was"?
I'll tell you. I should read it actually. What he sent me. One of my friends who's a liberal, he said, "Boy, we're bombing the same tunnels that we helped build the Afghans to go against the Russians."
Right.
And then we spent millions of dollars, and he goes back into doing that. And I simply said to him, things have changed, brother.
Right.
Things have changed. I mean, this was 25 years ago
Right.
when we dug these tunnels, trying to
It's irrelevant because the
It's-
purpose is used for something
right.
completely
It's
different.
completely different, you
Right.
know. And so now you can't really worry about what we did 20 years ago. These tunnels that we supposedly helped, and I'm sure we did, are now their haven.
Right.
And so we did the right thing. We dropped a bomb on them. It was like 36 or 40 of those guys.
90.
90.
The
Is it
new,
not the new death count?
90.
Oh, I love it. We should have
love
taken
it.
a toll. See
I
how-
know. Of course, the liberals I did hear on the media this morning, I think it was the Moab bomb was something like
Mother of all bombs.
Mother. Let me ask you about that. Is it the acronym Mother of All Bombs
Yeah.
is for that, or
Moab.
did we? Is the name Moab?
No,
Billy
it's-
might know that.
It's acronym.
It is an
It is
acronym for it.
It's-
Okay.
It's Moab. But as a matter of fact, we have some video. Would love to show you guys if you're watching Stream Live. I don't know if you've seen this video. It's a view that many people have not seen. It was sent to me by some people that were over there, and I have it. And it's going to hit the internet if it hasn't already. You probably haven't seen it. I don't know. But this is a view from the soldier's point of view, what he saw. And just keep an eye on this. And they had to know it was coming because there's the flash. And then just wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. And hello, everybody. Boom.
Oh, my word.
And there it
Holy
is.
cow.
There it is.
Holy cow.
I don't know how many tons they said of TNT. That was a massive bomb. Of course, the guy probably got rocked back. And then you hear the aftershock on the video. And
Does he fall back? It looks like the soldier
I
fell
don't
back.
know.
doesn't he?
It was sent to me from a soldier, and
Wow.
now they show it.
Gee, look
And
at that.
It's like a little mini mushroom
Look how
cloud.
pretty it is.
I like mushrooms, you know. Mostly on my pizza.
Now
not on
we
my
know
mountain.
why.
Not on my mountain, but
You
I like my
are-
mushrooms.
Not on my mountain.
Not on my mountain. I like them on my pizza. But
I like that.
that's fantastic.
That
And
is awesome.
it's amazing how close some of the homes were actually right there. You could see them. Like there's a little town right there. And so they must be just hiding back in there, coming out like little rats and trying to attack us. and then we go back. And then I say we drop another one.
Let's do it.
What was the cost? You know what was the cost to drop those bombs?
Like I said, the Moab, the one I heard was $100 million. So of course the liberals are saying,
I don't
well, you
think-
divide that by the 90.
I don't think it was that much, but it's 30 feet long.
Well, the initial
21,000
estimate that the
pounds.
liberals were saying this morning was $300 million, and someone corrected
No,
it. Yes,
no.
really.
There it is. There's a beautiful picture of that baby.
That is pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Billy, can we look up and see how much the Moab cost?
Yeah,
Just so we have an accurate.
Yeah, we don't want to be.
I don't want to be.
A disclaimer, but that's great. But more.
So who do you think this? I mean, other than obviously ISIS, who do you think the second nation that took a step back and said, all right, you know, if the 49 Tomahawks didn't, you know, kind of. Was a disclaimer of the new sheriff in town. Who do you think right now is falling in line?
Well, I think the big thing to really recognize here is Trump is not micromanaging his guys in the front line like Maddox and all those other guys. Now, when Obama was in there, he had Gates, he had some other guys, Panetta.
Right.
All those guys got fired.
Right.
All of them got fired.
Because he didn't like any of the plans that they were coming
he didn't
with.
like anything. He didn't want to drop a bomb. He didn't want to do anything like that.
Right.
And I was looking.
No, it's on your screen.
Oh, it's on my screen. Yeah, he didn't want to do anything like that. And so everybody that wanted to be a little aggressive, to take their stance, to do something proactive, he just wanted to kick the can down the street.
Right.
He wanted peace. He didn't want any war. He didn't think anything was going to happen as long as he could keep it status quo for the last couple years. He was going to kick that can down the curb and keep it rolling and not worry about it. And then he handed it off, of course, to the next administration. And then Trump's going, man, what a mess.
Right.
You know? And so everybody was just waiting. And now, of course, they tried him. And now they're starting to realize there is a new sheriff in town, and the United States military is back in business like they should be.
And you know, at the time, I'm sure Obama thought that Hillary was going to be the next administration. I mean, no one knew, even up until election night, that Trump was going to take this.
Oh,
so do
no,
you
no.
think, because I've always heard, and from what I read, there was always animosity between the two. So do you think he was really hoping that by kicking that can, he was passing this off to Hillary, that she would be the one with the failure?
Now, I think his ego, and then they all have egos. I think his ego was just so, I don't want to be the president that brought us back into the war. He didn't want that. He didn't want that. He wanted to be the guy who said, well, I got guys out. I got Osama bin Laden.
Yet we had a surge, and yet we dropped more drone strikes than any other administration combined.
And he has more attacks, like you said, more deaths by the drone strikes than any other president.
But that's very quiet. The media never talked about that.
Yeah, well,
but we've been involved.
He should get credit for that. That's a good thing.
Right.
These guys are crazy. Anyhow, the actual cost was $170,000 to drop on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border there.
But the bomb itself, how much did that cost?
So it says $170,000.
I don't believe that.
That's what it says. That's what it says.
guess.
$170,000. You know, so it's well worth every penny.
Speaking of which, okay, so I read a tweet the other day by Senator Warren. Did you hear about this?
No.
When he said Moab, I thought about this. She's upset that the Tomahawk missiles that were dropped, not that it, killed, was it, 4 military men from Syria, nothing like that. She was upset that the Tomahawk name is racist and bigoted in nature. So therefore, no, this is true. She wants to file a petition to change the name of the Tomahawk missile and the Apache helicopters
What do you call
to something more like
what?
racially sensitive to the
Oh,
Native
my
American.
Lord, the Native Americans
No,
were fantastic.
seriously. I mean, she's
that's
very
an
upset
honorable.
about this right now. She wants
What do you want?
her resistance
No matter
to
what
take up arms.
No matter what you call a bomb, somebody's going to be offended. No matter what you can make up what are you going to call it? The pink powder puff? That doesn't have a scary theme.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're going to drop the powder puff on you. Don't mess with us. We'll drop the puff. The powder puff will be coming down on you.
But you could probably
soon.
come up with a really good acronym for puff too. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just thinking, you know.
What, muff?
No,
What do you
no,
want?
an acronym for puff,
Oh.
P-U-F-F. I'm
Oh.
sure you could come up with something pretty fantastic.
Call it the Irish clover. We're going to drop the Irish clover, and then the Irish
No,
people
you'd be
get
the
upset.
Irish you would piss
Yeah,
off.
that's what
No,
I'm
you
saying.
can't
No, I don't think the
that.
Irish don't care. They don't give a crap. That's what's great in their DNA. They don't care.
By
They're
nature.
fantastic. Well, the good thing also, now that we got at that, we're talking about North Korea, talking about on the border.
Mm-hmm.
This is their big day for North Korea.
We're still standing. We haven't been like
We-
eviscerated yet.
What
by
I
a
was
nuclear weapon.
impressed was Japan actually got in the mix.
I know.
Now they got their warships coming over to
Yep.
meet ours, and we're standing outside there. We're just wishing he would right now.
And I love it because ISIS will never go into China. ISIS will never go
No.
into Japan because those are two nations you do not with at all. So I love the fact that these two mighty nations, they're quiet, but I mean World War II is a great example of how their brutality.
Well, Japan. They didn't have a war. They weren't allowed to have any military for 100
Right,
years.
right.
That was the treaty. And now that they're back, they're our friends. We don't have any allies over there. We have Israel and Japan. I don't know any other allies that are really,
No.
in that area. We have Australia.
But
They're like
they're
a
more
South
neutral.
Pacific.
Yeah,
they're South Pacific.
they're very neutral.
You've got South Korea, which is whatever that is.
But they're going through their own problems
Right.
politically.
They got
So
their-
with their president,
they
they
got their
got
own
in
issues.
a scandal.
You got
so.
Japan, and then you have the.
And then China now is kind of, becoming on the Trump train. So I like that. They're becoming more of an ally.
China, and I've met people that have gone to China, and they actually say that when they go to Hong Kong and some of these other nice, but they go. I have friends and family that actually have gone, and they come back and they say it's really not much different than New York City. You wouldn't know any different.
I've not gone to Hong Kong, but I've been to Vietnam, and it's the youngest demographic, the fastest growing youngest demographic
Right.
nationally. They have Wi-Fi. I mean, and
That's
they're
what I mean.
communists. The only thing I will say that was a little freaky is every morning at 6 a.m. They have these loudspeakers on the corner, and they really was the same message every morning, brainwashing, saying everything's under control, and they'll kind of spew out like what they're doing. And it's kind of like a reinforcement to their regime. But other than that, truthfully, it was as normal as could be
Yeah, that
for
would be-
being a communist nation that just got out of a war,
Were
40 years ago.
Were you able to get free internet and press and read what you wanted to read?
I mean, I got on YouTube every day because I was posting pictures, and I was able to see friends and family as long as I had Wi-Fi. So yeah.
Okay.
I have to say I was very careful though what I posted. Like I didn't want to,
You didn't want to end in one of
I
those
didn't want to
camps,
end up
huh?
in a camp anywhere. So I was very, very
with
careful.
a girl named Brutus.
No, more like
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't want to end up there
yeah,
either at all.
No.
Hey.
So
Hey, we're gonna take just a real quick break in a minute. We'll have you guys give us a call if you have anything you want to speak your mind through 239-791-7002. That's 239-791-7002. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with some more shenanigans and our weekend update on some of the stuff we're talking about. We'll be right back.